This is a Toronto FC HQ presented by Kia. I am Gareth Wheeler alongside Terry Dunfield. TFC coming off a frustrating 3-3 draw against Columbus Crew last week. Back on the road, taking on a team ahead of them in the Eastern Conference table. It's going to be a big Friday night for TFC, Terry. How do they continue to turn this thing around?
I think you take the positives out of the Columbus game. I don't want to talk in cliches, but I thought TFC were excellent through the first 60 minutes, scored 3 excellent goals, but I think TFC will learn from the 3 goals they conceded. Greg Vanney talked about adapting at times and adapting to the game, managing it, possibly keeping the ball and just making better decisions. But I think overall, and I know it might be difficult to swallow right now, I think TFC are going in the right direction.
Yeah, it's just those mistakes and being able to see through matches in difficult moments. They've conceded 23 goals this season already. Through just 12 matches played. Last year, they conceded just 37 in 34, and it just shows you how really a team's defensive approach has to be the nucleus of where success has grown from. So is it just a matter of personnel, or is it approach, Terry, that you're seeing?
I think at 3-0 up, the personnel out there against Columbus, there was enough to see the game through. But of course, that experience is missed, and that continuity, that just the small little details of just maybe nudging somebody on when he's going up on a corner kick, or the nuances of defending, and that comes with experience. But I think Ryan Telfer and Liam Fraser will have learned from these experiences.
Drew Moore and Jose Altidore obviously remain long-term absentees. The only 2 other players not out at training on Wednesday were Ashton Morgan and Chris Mavinga. For more on Toronto FC's approach heading into Philadelphia, here is head coach Greg Vanney.
Just a complete performance from beginning to end. I thought, in Columbus, we did some good things that helped us get out in front of the game 3-0. I just think when the image of the game changed, they started to press, really commit numbers. We didn't do the things that we needed to do to get the game back into the momentum back on our side, and we covered that this week, and what does that mean? And so we needed to, finish the game out a little bit better than what we did, and there's a lot of reasons for that we went through. So a complete performance. I think, again, whenever you're on the road, you got to be stingy defensively, but we got to look to create our opportunities and execute. There's no big secrets in how to win games.
It's very clear, Terry, Vanney would love to push his captain, Michael Bradley, up into the midfield where he's so good at building attacks and protecting the back line. It's just a matter of whether his center backs have recovered enough to play a full 90 minutes. Moro's on the mend, Zavaletta's on the mend, Hagelin's right there as well.
I think Michael's done a good job at center half and adapted well and really been a true captain for Toronto FC, but I'm sure he would like to step into midfield too, where he can really affect the game a little bit more. You miss his presence in the middle of the park, though. Liam Fraser, he's done a good job in there, but look, Michael Bradley, he's the best holding midfielder in Major League Soccer.
He's a game changer at that position, going up against what could be a depleted Union midfield. Alejandro Bedoya and Harris Medunyanin were both sent off in the 3-1 loss to Atlanta United on Saturday. Both look like they'll be suspended for this Friday.
Yeah, it looks as though they'll miss out. Derek Jones, he'll come into midfield, but for me at TFC, it's all about what they can do, and they match up nicely against the Philadelphia Union. On May 4th, I thought they scored a great first goal where they switched the point of the attack nicely. Vasquez stuck it in, and then they scored 2 goals on the counter. So I think it's all about building on that first 60 minutes in Columbus, and can TFC kick on and start to put a run together.
If there is a player from the Union to look out for, is there one, Terry, or TFC right now just need to mind their own business and take care of what they're doing?
I think it's David Acom. He scored against Richmond Kickers in a 5-0 win last night. He's a little bit of a wild card. He hasn't hit the ground running there, but he's a player who can change a game in a second.
It's a good team for Toronto FC to be playing. Philadelphia on short rest, maybe down their 2 central midfield players, and also a team they're undefeated in their last 8 against. It all goes down on Friday night under the lights, and it's about putting things right for TFC. The Union on 18 points, TFC on 11, but the Reds have 2 games in hand. It's time to make up ground, and it starts on Friday, 8 p.m. on TSN and TSN 1050.